Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So we'll begin the county board meeting with a public comment section. Anyone who is present or who is online is welcome to come to the podium or to announce yourself. If you do so, please state your first and last name and your address, please. All right.
Hello.
Morning.
My name is Ann Olson. I'm with a group called Animal Folks. We have worked for many years with residents here in Winona County.
And I apologize. Could you state your address too?
Oh, yes. 1041 Grand Avenue, St. Paul, Minnesota. First, we do see that the issue of dog breeding kennels is on the agenda. And we want to thank the staff for all your efforts and your work. We do have a couple of questions. In the February meeting, we do know the board made 2 motions to pursue a ban on future kennels and pursue licensing and standards for existing kennels. It's our impression from that board meeting that there was no mention of a moratorium, yet that was included in the recommendations. So we are wondering why there are so many additional steps are being proposed by staff, which could extend the timeline 9 years. That's how long the board has discussed this issue ever since multiple permits were granted in 2015. 9 years is how long we and residents have been working on this. Considerable data has been presented to the board. The board has had hearty discussions of this issue. We believe the ban on future permits should proceed quickly with an ordinance drafted, public hearing held, and vote. Developing new licensing standards for existing kennels will take more time. Again, we didn't see a moratorium requested by the board, so we're raising question about why so many steps are added. We appreciate all the work by staff and the involvement of the board on this issue, and we look forward to the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else care to address the board? And while people are coming up, I should also mention that when you speak, you have 2 minutes to speak, and there's a timer on the 2 TV screens.
Hi, my name is Christina Milichenko, and I live at 4655 6th Street, Goodview. And I'm here to piggyback on Ann's comment with regards to the legislation and the oversight of the dog breeding in Winona County. With regards to the ban on future permits now really ties into what I was planning to talk to you guys about. So I think that it's so tremendous that this is, a focus of the board. And I think that we're in such a great place because we have the legislation, we have the rules, so we don't have to fight that battle. So then it really does come down to, the planning and the implementation of the rules locally. So I do agree with Dan wholeheartedly that it is very unfortunate that the addition of new businesses that would require oversight is moving along, while you guys are effectively saying you don't have the manpower to do the work now. So I don't love it. I would really point out the fact that the constraint on planning for these facilities should be on your ability to make sure that they're operating within the rules. So if we look at the marijuana industry, where it's extremely difficult to get in and make that money, that has a lot to do with the fact that there's a lot of oversight, and it's really, balancing how much of public good there is from the industry. So, excuse me, with the dog breeding, as I see it, it's really all private profit and there's not a lot of public good there. So I really think it should come down to the numbers and what the manpower is to do this correctly, and then base the number of permits on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Ann Joria, 344 Knott Valley Drive. I was very happy to see the discussion of dog breeding kennels on the agenda for today. I and other we're puzzled as to why a moratorium is proposed when the board did not ask for it. I and others who live here have been working on this issue for many years. We've submitted hundreds of petitions along with scientific studies to the board against the mass production of puppies in the kennels. I'm asking you as a resident to take action now, not 6 months from now, 1 year from now, or 1.5 years from now. I understand that there are two issues, the ban on future permits and the new licensing ideas for existing kennels. Banning future permits is straightforward and should be acted on today. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else care to address the county board?
Good morning. I'm Gail Getzman, Big Valley Ranch, 22036 East Burns Valley Road. I was a 4-H member for years. And when you go to 4-H exhibits, you get to see the best animals in the world. You go into the countryside, way in the deep parts where people kind of hide their animals. You do not see that. And I think it's a responsible, I'm thinking of people being responsible for the animals. I can take care of 10 horses, 10 beef cattle, not dairy, 10 goats, 10 big herd animals, better than I can take care of 10 female puppies, dogs having puppies. And I'm thinking of the work that's involved. I think we need to do something about this. We're speaking out. I think if people don't have the time to go and see these places and know what they're looking for and look for it, they should not be on the council. They should be not elected to do the job that they were elected to do. As we vote today, we're trying to find people who are responsible to do their job. And that's what we are asking as people who want dogs and cats and smaller animals as companion animals and not herd animals. I'm a farm girl. I know what it takes to take care of an animal. Thank you for listening to me all these days.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to address the board?
My name is Amy Cordry, 26006 County Road 9, and that's Winona. And thank you for the opportunity to address you today. And I'm here to ask for your help in exercising everyone's right to address their local government. I'm a resident of Homer Township, and I made a request to the clerk on July 24th to be on the agenda for August 12th, yesterday. After 3 emails, I was informed by the clerk that my request was denied. At last night's meeting at the public comment time, I asked the supervisors to add my request to the agenda, and there was no response. After their agenda was completed, I stood and began reading my comments and requested they call the sheriff in hopes that I could end up in front of a judge and have the thought that exercising everyone's right to address their local government would then be decided in a court. All hell broke loose. I was pushed by the township treasurer, and I had to tell one of the supervisors that his proximity and yelling was making me feel unsafe. I refused to leave, and a wonderful Winona County deputy arrived. You should be proud of your deputies. He was compassionate, listened to me, and persuaded me to bring this to you today. Please help me reinforce the basic right of citizens to address their public servants by voting to put this on the next meeting agenda for the county board so that we can further investigate and consider these situations. And I thank the deputy and Maureen Holty for her response and help in addressing this issue. And thank you to the board for listening.
Thank you. Anybody else like to address the board, either present or online? Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. My name is Ralph Weingarten from Falk and Foster at 1428 Trailside Court Northwest, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here on behalf of Hemp Hill LLC in support of the conditional use permit, which is on your agenda as consent business item 7.1. This proposed wireless tower facility is the same height and same design as the previously proposed facility, except it's been shifted 2,295 feet northeast to the other side of Nodine. This site is behind the Zinke's own home and culvert business, kind of tucked behind the culvert storage yard. This location is able to meet the need for service while at the same time staying away from sensitive uses like the school. No one spoke in opposition to this project at the Planning Commission meeting hearing, and we would respectfully request that you follow their vote to approve it today as part of the consent agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else present or online that would like to address the county board? I'll ask two more times.
Hi, my name is Alita Johnson. I'm at 104 Main Street, apartment 116, Winona, Minnesota. Is that all the information you wanted? Okay, thank you. I'm here to address the puppy mills, and I want to thank you for considering this case, the situation with the puppy mills, and for all the time you put into it. And I was very happy to hear that you're considering not allowing more puppy mills to start up. And I'm really so happy to hear that. And I'm very concerned about the minimal laws from the Animals Welfare Act. The laws are very minimal for cares for animals, dogs. And I just feel that we need, as human beings and caretakers of the animals, as God placed us on the earth to be caretakers of the animals, to extend compassion and love for these animals. So many little children, if they get these animals and then the animals get sick, it's hard on their heartstrings as well as adults. And so I just, I'm so glad that you're moving forward with this, and I really beg of you to keep moving forward quickly and consider these animals, because from what I've read and everything, and I'm just new to this, but it's really heart-wrenching to see what they're going through. So thank you for hearing me.
Is there anybody else present or online that would like to address the county board? I'll ask two more times. Is anyone present or online that would like to address the county board? And one third and final time, is there anybody who would like to address the county board? Hearing none, we'll close the public comment section. So the next item on the agenda, and correct me if I say this incorrectly, the county board is going to, we'll need a motion in a minute to go into a closed session. When this happens, I apologize to the audience members. We're going to actually need to clear the room. And the reason we need to do that is the board needs to stay here and have the proceedings recorded. So when we move into a closed session, we'll ask the members of the audience, I apologize again, to exit the room, and then you'll be told when you can come back into the room. Is there anything else that we should clarify about what's going to happen next?
I have a question, though, to record. I mean, normally we have a tape of audio.
Right, but we go through the Ring Central now.
Right.
We record on Ring Central.
But
You don't have a separate little recorder, and then we could not inconvenience these people. We could just move over to the other room like we have.
I believe what's going to happen is after we go into closed section, we'll pause for a couple of minutes. Heidi will come in and
She's
disconnect
going to disconnect him.
the online.
Correct.
That's correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that she needs a little time to go
Yeah.
back and forth.
Thanks.
She asked for that.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
But again, past practices, we set a recorder on the table. We don't have a recorder available that we can just audio record it.
I believe some of our presenters are going to be presenting on Ring Central.
They are. We do have the ability on Ring Central in the conference room. I don't know if the conference room's available.
Okay, you're changing you're changing the playground. So I just want to make that.
Be flexible.
No, I don't want to be, I mean, I'm inconveniencing these people, my citizens. Okay, go ahead.
I'll move to go to closed session.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Meyer, seconded by Commissioner Elsing. Any other discussion? All those in favor of moving into closed session, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.